Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Rogers from Clark's Media, where I help you kickstart your journey as a software graphic designer, web designer, or UI/UX designer. So in this video, I'm going to be continuing with the steps of how to become a creative graphic designer. So if you missed out on the first video of these steps, you can check the description for a link to a video that is going to give you the first 10 ways you can become a creative graphic designer. So guys, without any further ado or without wasting any further time, let's continue those steps. So guys, step 11, what you need to become a creative graphic designer is to clear your head and get rid of the distractions. So guys, most of you are always stressed, like throughout the day, you're always working, you're always busy up and down. I do understand. Now you need time to clear your head. You need time to get rid of all the distractions, to calm down, because creativity is something that requires a calm mind, a mind that is going to settle and focus on what it is trying to do. Now, you can't do that with a cluttered mind or when you're stressed. One of the ways you can clear your mind is to listen to meditation music on YouTube. YouTube has got quite a lot of meditation channels that are going to give you meditation music. As a graphic designer, you can relax on meditation music. Now, you can also take walks. Guys, remember, once the brain is relaxed, it can think of more creative ways and ideas along the way. So guys, next up, the other thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to spend more time outside. I know most individuals spend most of their time indoors, but moving outside is going to give you more exposure on how things are being done or what is taking place outside. And you will get, your mind will start processing things better once you move outside. Once in a while, step outside and you will find more interesting things happening and going on, which will give you more ideas and how to come about your designs. So apart from that, you can also travel. You could be in a hometown and you're planning on traveling, or you could leave your hometown and go in another town and see how things are being done, or go and move into another country, or travel and relocate, and you will see that you're going to get more ideas as you out of the normal environment that you're used to. So guys, get out there. I do believe there are more ideas that are going to help you enhance your creativity and become a better graphic designer. So apart from that, the next point is point 13 is you have to work with some music. So guys, make sure that you have some music on you. You can try listening to music on websites like YouTube and Spotify. So Spotify has got lots of free music that you can listen to as you're working, because I do believe that as you're working and you're listening to music, music has got so many creative ideas. Musicians always sing about different things, and some idea can pop up through a song, or music can actually calm you down as you're working or as you're working on your creative ideas. And as I've told you in my previous slide, calming down is really crucial in the creative process. You need to relax. Come on, guys. Calm down, listen to some slow jams. It could be rock, it could be pop music, whichever kind of music you're interested in. Put on that music and your creativity will be enhanced. You will listen to things you've never heard about. Some musician can sing about something that is going to help out with what you're working out with. So you never know, the music you're listening to is going to be having a message that is going to help you out with your work, and it's going to help you enhance your creativity. Musicians sing about almost everything, and some of them have got really creative ways of singing. You could also pick up ideas of how does this musician do it. Actually, songs are also creative. There are so many creative songs, and you can pick ideas from those songs. So I can't stress this any further. You need to listen to music, and music is going to give you more insights on how to become creative. So as next up, the next point is you have to redesign other people's work. Now, I talked about saving other people's work in my previous video, but I didn't really talk about redesigning it. Now, this process is going to give you an in-depth overview of how these other individuals went about designing this work. Through this, you're going to enhance your creativity by getting ideas of how this specific designer designed the design that you've downloaded. So make sure that you collect work from the internet, save it, idealize it, and make sure that you pick several concepts here and there from that work. Now, this can also be done by sketching these ideas. In my previous videos, I also talked about sketching as a way of enhancing your creativity. So as a graphic designer, make sure that you download the photos and save them on either your phone or your computer. Then pull out your sketchbook and try idealizing based off of the photos that you've downloaded from the internet. As you're redesigning other people's work, you learn the different techniques and the different methodologies they used to design that specific piece. So redesigning work is really crucial. You can look for creative ways of how you can redesign work online. There is quite a lot of work that you can come and pick, then see how far you can go with redesigning the work. You don't have to steal people's work and re-upload it. I've talked about this so many times. There are so many graphic designers who steal people's work and upload it again. Now, that is not your work, and that is not how to become a graphic designer. Pick ideas, because this is how these other individuals became good at what they're doing. They picked ideas here and there. So guys, moving on. The next point is you have to communicate with other designers. Communication is key. Communicate. There are so many ways of communicating. First and foremost, I told you in my video of how to become a graphic designer. You can find the link in the description below. I told you that you can actually upload your work on either Behance or Dribbble. Now, after uploading your work, other designers are actually going to come onto your work and give you feedback in terms of how your designs look like. Now, this is one of the ways how beginners actually communicate to senior designers and other designers that have been in this field for quite a long period of time. For example, there's this designer right here on Behance. He has this very nice, interesting graphic design portfolio that he put up. But you'll find out that once you scroll down, there is a section below called the comment section where other designers are giving this designer feedback on how his designs are looking. Now, this designer actually responds. For example, he's actually congratulating the designer, but you'll find out that there are other designs that have deeper conversations than just congratulating the designer. So guys, the other way that you can communicate to other designers is through social media. You can talk to designers through Twitter, Instagram. There are other social platforms where designers are, and you can always reach out to them and converse. And these designers will always give you feedback on your designs and also give you information on how to go about your career and also give you other tips. So communication is also key. You can communicate through email. You can call them if at all you have a telephone number of any specific graphic designer that you know out there. You can always call them and then talk to them. Guys, you can also attend events. Events are quite very, very crucial. I'm quite sure in your hometown, there could be some events for graphic design. And also these days, people actually no longer attend events physically that much. Most of the events are actually online and the links are always around. So you can always join those links. On these events, you find senior designers actually talking about their experience and giving reviews on specific design products and also giving you tips and tricks on how to go about your work here and there. So events are very crucial and make sure you attend them. So guys, the other thing is you can attend online forums. Online forums, just like the online events I talked about, but most of them, you can actually register and then be a member of that forum. And then if at all information comes in here and there, you can always pick up that information. So as a beginner, you can always pick up a lot of information here and there. And communication is key. You have to communicate with other designers. Talk to them. Ask them, how did you go about this design? How are things going? How can I do this? How can I improve on my skills? How can I be a better individual? So guys, the next point is let the words explain their own meaning. Now, so guys, sometimes graphic design involves communicating by using words, but sometimes for you to be a creative graphic designer, you have to let words talk for themselves. For example, you have to make sure that as you're designing, one of the ways to be a creative graphic designer is to make sure that most of the words that you use talk to themselves. They show what they are. This is one of the greatest ways to be a graphic designer, because I've seen many of these designs that have words that actually say what they mean through designing them a little bit and making sure that they actually mean what they say, or the visuals that are within these letters actually signify what the words mean. So guys, this is actually another way of becoming a creative graphic designer. You have to let the words speak for themselves. This will give you a lot of ways to enhance your creative skills by venturing into other possibilities of how you can present your work. Once you learn this skill, you are actually about 30% into becoming a very good graphic designer, because these days people do not overuse images in design. Most designs just have words, and the words actually communicate what they are trying to mean. So make sure that you encompass or you try out this way of enhancing your creativity. Make sure that the words you use while creating your designs actually have got meaning, and they can actually communicate on their own without the images. So this is another way you can enhance your creativity as a graphic designer. So guys, moving on, the next point is you have to understand that more can be fun. So sometimes when you're starting out as a graphic designer, you actually limit yourself. Now, do not limit yourself when you're starting out, because once you limit yourself, you will lack the creativity bit of being a graphic designer. Ideas have to always flow in. Let them flow in. Make sure that your design has got so many ideas, and then make sure that you reduce on the ideas depending on what you're trying to do. But for the start, you can start with having quite a lot of ideas in your work. Now, this doesn't call for cluttered designs, because most individuals, once they're starting out, they clutter their work and they forget that cluttering your work is very, very, very bad. Having quite a lot of things in your work will make it cluttered, and it will be out of the standard work that you should be producing as a beginner. So guys, what you have to understand is some designers actually use a lot of repetition in terms of the elements they use. I'm actually going to talk about these principles in my upcoming video that is going to help you easily understand the principles of design. The next point is you have to make your work look interesting. Now, I do understand that when some individuals are actually starting out, they don't actually mind about making their work interesting. All they're interested in is making sure that they produce their work. Now, this is crucial, but once you produce work that is not interesting or that is not exciting to the viewer's eye or to your audience, then your audience won't like your work and they might not see it, or you might not get the attention you require. You need to make sure that you catch the viewer's attention. You will hear this being said a lot among so many designers, catching the viewer's attention. And this can only be attained by coming up with interesting work. I have showed you Behance and Pinterest plus Dribble in my previous videos, and I'm going to be showing you these three websites over and over a given period of time, because to me, they are actually the best three websites where you can go and find design inspiration. So guys, you have to make sure that you look for a lot of creative work online and you pick ideas from that work and transfer those ideas into your own work and then come up with interesting pieces of graphic design. Because if you don't come up with interesting work, you will lose clients and you will not gain the extra money that you want. Make it a point that you come up with creative ways of coming up with interesting work. This is going to gain you more clients. So guys, the next point is you have to gather experience through traveling. Traveling means leaving maybe your current location and going to another location. There will be quite a lot of ideas that you pick on the way. These ideas will come in form of the people that you've met there and how they behave, their tradition, how they carry out business, how they eat, the food, how they dress, and so many things they do. The ceremonies, um, the jewelry they wear, the type of art they do, the type of design they do. So all of this is going to give you insights and ideas of how to become creative as a graphic designer. So guys, the last point I want to tackle is you have to practice. Now I made this the last point for a reason. You have to practice. Practice makes perfect. You have to make sure that you spend most of your time practicing. Practice in the morning, practice in the afternoon, practice in the evening, practice before going to bed at night. At least have a book that where you can note your ideas that are always popping up if you're not able to practice. If you have a computer with you always, make sure that you upload your ideas from your sketchbook and develop them. Through that, you're going to come up with interesting designs that are going to gain you more clients plus more money. So guys, that was it. I hope you like this video and I hope you give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends so that they can get to know how they can become more creative as graphic designers. Next up, I'm going to be giving you the fundamentals of graphic design, or the building blocks of graphic design, the elements that make up graphic design. So guys, stay tuned. And if at all you didn't watch the part 1 of this video, you can check for the link in the description below. So guys, see you soon as you build your graphic design skills.